I would like to be asking clarifications of a few things that have come up in sessions, please. Specifically about the emergency alert that people will be experiencing on their phones and TV. Are you able to tell me about the emergency alert that will be happening prior to the election?
There will be an alert going across all of the electronic systems, laptops, TVs, phones, anything that can have a screen, that has a screen. The alert will be a warning of what is coming up in the near future. It will detail warnings about the presidential candidates and those in Parliament. The warning will give people time to prepare for the broadcast as well that is coming also. In the broadcast, in the alert, it will overpower all of these systems, and it will come on to TVs even if they are switched off.
Thank you very much. And who was behind releasing the emergency alert?
The emergency alert is released by our helpers on Earth from the emergency alert is released over the airwaves by our helpers on Earth. We who watch your Earth are working with these people to create a signal that can overpower all electronics.
Thank you. So yesterday I was informed that there was going to be a human-based broadcast about human information to help them with enlightenment, and that this was going to be an earlier broadcast than the actual bigger show of your broadcast. There's going to be a human broadcast that's going to happen before the election.
Yes, we're showing Andre the White House and Donald Trump, so it will come from within the White House.
Okay, thank you. And so can you confirm then that there's going to be a human broadcast first?
This broadcast will be not like the great broadcast that we will be projecting onto your planet. This broadcast will be a series of informations that will be detailing certain situations that have come up in recent times before the election. The information will be, again, like soft disclosure. The purpose of this mini broadcast is to prepare and to open people's minds so that the greater information will be more understood and will resonate with people in a bigger way. The information that will be broadcast in the broadcast before, in the smaller broadcast, will be what is going on within the government and big money in America and how it affects the rest of the world. The smaller broadcast will feature a significant life that we thought we had lost.
Thank you very much. And were we supposed to hear this human broadcast earlier on, or is it exactly how it was supposed to be at this point coming?
It is how it's meant to be. There has been talk of many situations where the broadcast could have come through earlier stages, but it is coming at the right time with the new information that is coming to light and what is being uncovered um, by the truth seekers who reside within the White House and who reside within certain political structures in America. The information has been collected, gathered, and they have been waiting for a point in which enough information can be gathered that can be presented to the world, and also while the information has been being collected, more behaviors and incriminating evidence has been given and put together. So it is when it is meant to happen.
Thank you. And so will this human broadcast, will people outside of America get these alerts on their phone?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very
It,
much.
it will it will be broadcast throughout the world in a it will be broadcast throughout America. All the American people will see it, and the details and broadcasts from America will be broadcast on the TVs around the world through their respective channels and um, means of broadcasting. There is teams all over the world in every country who are working together to make this happen.
Thank you very much. And then then your broadcast that you're providing for the world, will that awaken people up physically? How is that going to be any different, or is that going to be any different?
Yes, that will be different. There will be more information by way of things like executions, the real identities of people, more loved entertainers and celebrities, etc. Past. It will be greater information. It will be an expansion of some of the light information that will be given in the preliminary broadcast.
Thank you. And when do you sense that the bigger broadcast will take effect?
Date of when it's going to happen?
Well, say what side of the election?
The bigger broadcast will take place after the election. This is something that is due to the election not being exactly what you thought it was going to be. The election will it will not happen in the same way, and the timeline of the election will be stretched out a little bit. This will be due to the information given in the preliminary broadcast.
Thank you. And so then when the big broadcast does start, I guess we'll already be in more people will already be awoken to some of the truths that have been hidden.
Yes, yes. Many people. The preliminary broadcast is more in a way to align with the information that most of the world is already knowing and hearing about. It is just a confirmation of these things. The information that will be gifted to the world in the preliminary broadcast will not be so shocking that it will create as much uproar as the bigger broadcast will happen. The preliminary broadcast is like a gateway to the bigger broadcast. The preliminary broadcast will skim over the bigger details in some of the information that is coming out. But there will be, because the information is being gifted by a human source with human information, the information will be given from the perspective of a human looking to give this information out, whereas the bigger broadcast will be information given by keepers of the truth from the galactic level, and therefore bigger truths that nobody knows on this planet, not even the highest information holders will know.
Ooh, tell me more about that.
This is part of the surprise that we have been asking you to understand. There's information that you just simply cannot know, cannot understand, and this is why we're not that we don't want to tell you. It's just you physically do not have the comprehension of what is coming in the bigger broadcast.
Okay. Will the bigger broadcast give people information about the new Earth?
No.
No.
No. This is merely just to wake people up, to let them know what is happening. However, it should be noted that there will be a message, an undertone of hope and moving forward in a new way. It will awaken people to the point where they are able to receive information about the shift and what is actually meant when the new Earth is mentioned.
Okay, fantastic. And is there would it be helpful for people to hear more about the new Earth and the evacuation of the planet and the actual status of the planet right now?
Please repeat the beginning of that.
Would it be helpful for people to know about the shift off the planet to the new Earth and the status of the Earth as she is now?
Not if they're not ready to hear the information. It would create panic, and it would stop people from wanting to live their lives and further and better themselves. It would be sort of a dead end point of people in their growth and their evolution. So it is important to keep people who are not able to understand the information and move forward with their lives in the dark so that they can continue their growth and their evolution and reach the point to where they are able to shift into the new Earth.
Okay.
It was shown to you with Andre and yourself, who in some ways gave up trying in their 3D life, and it was very difficult for you, and as the information that was being given was not coming to light or was not occurring as you thought it was going to be, it was creating panic and uncertainty in your lives and a further feeling of giving up. And for people who are not at your level of comprehension and consciousness, this would be a total collapse of their way of life.
Unless all of the truth was told to them and they knew that they needed to be happy and focus on releasing all that no longer serves them on this planet because they've got an amazing new planet to thrive on. And if it was sold to them that way and promoted to them that way, wouldn't that be a positive rather than half truths and disclosures?
You are speaking from a higher perspective, a higher level of consciousness, so you are not understanding the lower levels of consciousness that would be hearing about this information. So yes, in your eyes and your having done all your work and within your level of consciousness, that is absolutely the case. It would be much better if everybody just knew. But unfortunately, there is a large percentage of the Earth that is not at that way of thinking and will not be able to handle the information.
Okay, thank you so much. And then are you able to tell me, please, about what information can you tell me about with the The YouTube footage, the live camera footage that I'm watching about the Three Gorge Dam. It's got beautiful music in the background, and it is of the dam, and it's a live cam. What information can you tell me about that, please?
The footage is not real. The footage is a videotape of the dam, not in its current state. It is important to know this. The dam is under extreme pressure, and there are leaks and cracks in the dam, and there is abnormalities in the current vision of the dam that would scare and shock people, and it is just a way of keeping what is occurring with the dam under wraps to not scare people and worry people. And this is why you're seeing Three Gorge Dam as it is. Your intuition is telling you something is not right about the video of Three Gorge Dam, and this is why you are feeling this way.
Okay, thank you. How are we able to see the true state of that Three Gorge Dam now?
Information will start to come out by way of videos and word of mouth over time. And then, of course, once the dam starts to really collapse, it will be on the mainstream media.
Thank you very much. And do you get a sense of how long that that would take?
We understand you're impatient, and we understand you are wanting this to happen, and wanting this to happen not for the peril of the people to whom it would affect, but for what it means from a higher perspective. And this is just a question of continuing to be patient. As we said before, it is not completely necessary that the dam collapse before the broadcast, but it is the preferred option. So we are working on this and working with this. There is much to consider when destroying a civilization, and as you can understand. So we ask you to just be patient, to know that everything is going to plan, and there is much that needs to be taken into consideration when considering our next steps.
Yes, I do fully respect that, and I'm not impatient for that to happen because I know what that means and the impact of that collapsing dam actually is, and I feel very tearful to even know that, even though I know the bigger picture and I know this is their purpose and their life lessons and things, and I can fully respect that. I can't tap into it emotionally because I start getting overwhelmed, but it was more the kind of the case of curiosity to know if this is going to be happening, say, before the election or the other side of the election. But it's just going to happen when it happens, and I fully respect that.
Exactly.
Thank
There is the possibility that it is the very real possibility that it will happen after the election, but before the broadcast. But this is not something that you must keep in your mind as a certainty.
Okay, thank you very much. And at this stage, are you going to let it collapse naturally, or will you have a hand in this, so to speak?
This is yet to be determined. As it is currently, the dam will collapse naturally on its own. It will start to show bigger cracks, and if in that time the erosion of the dam is not moving at the pace that we wish it to, there are certain energetic things that we can do to create a natural collapse of the dam. So it will actually be natural. It's not like we will be leaning on it and pushing it over, but there are certain things that can be done in order to manipulate the events that surround the time of the collapse of the dam to just nudge it along a little bit more.
Okay, thank you very much. And can you send love and respect to all who will be experiencing um, that, that situation with the collapse of that dam.
Yes, of course, of course. You must know that they will be looked after. And you also must be reminded that when a soul goes through extreme trauma, to pass back to source, that the soul will not be in the body when the actual death takes place of the vessel. So the souls will not feel any pain or torment or trauma, because this trauma would be too hard and too difficult to heal from in source, as your spirit carries the signature of the most recent life with you. So this is something you must know, that while it looks very extreme and sad and torturous from your human perspective, the souls involved will have already left their bodies before they feel any pain and any of the serious traumatic stress from the event.
Thank you. Yes, I do understand. In the terms of how they're doing as a country right now, I mean, how bad are the food shortages? We're not hearing very much about it, but I am hearing about it in these sessions.
Yes, the situation in China is not how you are seeing it from your media and um, from what you're hearing from how it looks from the outside. The situation in China has been for many, many years absolutely dire. There are food shortages at the moment. The government is we say government, the dictatorship is in a panic mode with fears that uh, imports and exports, especially with the lockdowns at the moment, are being affected, and it is creating panic in the government, and that panic is rolling out onto the people, and the people are suffering. And this is a method by which we are helping the people to wake up, to raise their consciousness, and to learn this lesson of what it is like to suffer and to be in shortage of food and clean water, etc. We must also remind you that this is contractance. The soul has decided to experience this. However, there is much oppression happening. There is facial recognition systems that are keeping people trapped, taking money from their accounts when they cross a road incorrectly, or speed over a certain speed limit, or basically look the wrong way, and then this money out of their accounts is taken instantly, and this is creating panic and disdain and upset in the people. And there is kidnappings and torture and imprisonment happening to the people. They're being taken off the streets and placed in concentration camps, disguised as prisons or isolation venues. People are being held against their will, and this is part of the agenda of the Chinese government, led by the dark energies, to enslave further and create more wealth for the governments and less for the people. And it is also to instill fear and keep people in an attitude of compliance and order.
Okay, thank you for clarifying that and confirming that for us. Okay. So with the QAnons or the Anons, they have been asking me about the drop, which was a poster red with Trump's face on it, and they're calling it the Red October, or Hunt for the Red October. What information do you have to share with us about what that means, please?
Trump is a man who is wanted by many, who is seen as a threat to many, and is seen to be a threat to all of the agendas that the dark side have set in place. So he is a man that has many assassinations in the making, if that makes sense, by different collectives who would like to have him taken out. Trump has gone into hiding. He is not facing the public, although it does look like he is. There is knowledge that Trump is not himself, and there is searching for the real Trump, because behind the scenes, the real Trump is making big strides in in bringing to light what needs to be brought out to light. Does that make sense?
Yes, thank you. I think one of the quotes was the hunt, the hunt for the hunted, or the hunted for the hunt. Something along those.
A hunt for the hunted.
Is it? And what is it referring to?
It is referring to how while one energy is after the other is then after the first energy, if that makes sense. So for instance, Donald Trump is on the hunt for all of the wrongdoings, to expose all of the wrongdoings in the world, and he is on this mad hunt to find and to bring to light all these truths. At the same time, those by which he is hunting are also hunting him and trying to eliminate him and to expose fake news about him. So it's like a rat race, a circular rat race of hunting, if that makes sense.
Thank you. And in terms of Joe Biden, what's happened to the original man?
The original Joe Biden has been executed, and what you are seeing now is a replica, a clone of the original person.
Okay, thank you. And what about Biden's son?
Biden's son has been eliminated. You will not see more of him. If you do, it will be a clone.
And when was that execution?
I'm awake.
Kicking you out.
They're kicking me out.
Okay, well, we can finish that conversation. I've got a few more questions, and that's all fine. And it's consistent with everything I've been told.
Ah, brilliant. Okay, good.
Okay. So, lay back, enjoy.
Okay.
And can I speak to Andre Subconscious, please?
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Why did you kick my client awake?
This is information that we wish to. What information you heard was correct, but as the conversation was leading, there is much that needs to happen before the information can be let out.
Okay, thank you. And what information would you like us to know about any of that, so then we can move on?
We'd just like you to know that it is getting very interesting, and you will start to see movement and momentum with what we have been talking about. Some of the things that will come out in soft disclosure will be quite shocking to the people, and it is important that the information gets laid out to them in a way that is delicate and planned and orchestrated by what we have discussed with the Galactic Federation of Life, with your souls and with the souls of the people on Earth for their vessels to be able to grow in the most organic and healthy way.
Thank you. So for them to know that these people have been executed ages ago and that there's just clones now, will that sort of somehow not allow them to process the issues and the feelings they're supposed to process?
Many souls on the planet have decided at what points to grow, at what points to learn, at what points to evolve. And many of the souls have wished to remain in the dark so that they can be awakened by these experiences and by these truths as and when they happen. Um, and there are certain people who watch this page that just need a little bit more work, inner work to do before they are ready to take the next step.
Okay, thank you. Because it has already been confirmed in the other session, and this was the clarifying session that we were asked and told to do. Do we just trust that the people who aren't ready to listen to it would have already switched off or not be able to focus on what we're saying right now?
We ask you to continue your questions, and we will decide again if this is how we want to proceed. By the way, the session was going beforehand, there were questions, impromptu questions that will have arisen that we will not wish to disclose. So please continue your question as you are going to. But there was at that time we had to intervene.
Okay, thank you very much. And I respect how you want to manage this. So thank you. And then are we able to ask, please, about the Disney clock and the significance of the Disney clock, which was provided in a Q drop?
There is something behind the Disney clock. The Disney clock is a passage to an inner layer, a place where very much darkness takes place. The Q movement have been referring to it as almost like X marks the spot. If you were to delve inside the Disney clock and follow the passage, that is where you would find many of the answers that you are seeking.
Thank you. So yes, I am aware of the Disney situation, but it was more like what was the clock representing to the QAnon or the Anons or however they want to refer to themselves, truth seekers, shall we say. What was the significance of showing them that clock?
The clock is showing a time, and the time is significant to an Earth event. It is also saying to the people who watch, the time is now. Prepare yourselves.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. We also would like to understand a little bit more about the elementals, please, and learn about their role on the planet.
Yes. Yes, we're here. Don't worry, we're not going to disrupt your session like last time. I think that served its purpose. But who better to talk about the elementals than the elementals? Oh, yes, yes. Yeah. Well, we help the planet. We keep her clean. We help her to heal. We keep everything in order on a dimensional level, on a spiritual level. There is much that goes on that your eyes cannot see. And we are in charge of making sure that all goes to plan and the environment in nature is kept light and lovely, and so that all the trees can grow big and tall, and all the people who walk through the land can respect the land and feel the beautiful energy that the nature holds. We also help humans in some ways to connect to the earth, and we help humans find their peace in nature. Um, if a human is looking to assist our mother with some environmental work, spiritually and physically, we will help along with that and help to guide the energy and help to um, to make sure that the energy goes to where it's meant to be and that the person is receiving the right energy, and we help them channel that energy from the cosmos to complete their work.
Fantastic. Thank you. Welcome back as well. You're very much appreciated and enjoyed, and great giggles all around now that we can be funny and release and take things less seriously. So thank you once again for the help that you have provided for us the last session and the information you're giving us now.
Yeah.
Um,
Thanks.
so how are you connected to humans, and can you be inside a human, for example, is what people have been asking us.
There are many humans on this planet that have chosen to incarnate with a certain connection to the elementals. These are humans that will spend their life helping and connecting to the earth and helping to heal her. These are people who help to clear some of the stagnant energies from the earth and to heal the memory of the earth from past traumas. And these people have been born with a special part of their DNA dedicated to this type of work. And those people we are very connected with, and we help them in their day-to-day lives to do and complete their mission. And but not everybody, in fact, very few will connect with us because of the damage you humans are doing to the earth. And we are only really interested in helping those who will help our beautiful mother to heal and to grow and to evolve and learn. If you are going to do damage to the earth and take her for granted, then we are not interested in assisting you with your damage and your contribution to the trauma of our mother. This does not mean we don't like you. We love everybody, but it is important that we focus our attention on those who are willing to help, as that this is our mission. We have a human element to us as well. We are living in the material world, just in a different dimension, if that makes sense. So we feel the 3D, we can live in the 3D, and we can use the 3D to build our homes and to make our environments. So when you you when you do damage to the earth, or you are not taking your role seriously, you might notice us getting in your way or making things a little bit difficult for you. And this is just to help you to see what you're doing.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. So special. As you know, us humans like to have labels on things, and people were trying to understand if you were like fairies or pixies or elves or spritelings or something like that. How would you like to label yourself for us and our humanness?
We are mystical and sparkly energy. We are a mixture of what you humans will call sprites, elves, fairies. Of course, we see ourselves as completely normal. We don't see ourselves as anything different. In fact, you are the different ones to us. So you may call us whatever you wish. Oh, you may call us whatever you wish.
Okay, I'll call you adorable, and thank you very much for the information you've given us today.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Can we connect back to the subconscious, please, of Andre?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Andre would like to have the connection with Jesus, please. we would like to call in Jesus. We would love to hear his message to humanity.
He's coming. He is, yes. Oh. No, it's not the time. It's not the time, but we are showing Andre the energy that he wished to feel. We are sending Andre the energy of Jesus, and he is loving the experience. It's very beautiful and very loving, and he's getting very emotional with the energy, but it's not the time. There will be another time when Andre will connect with Jesus, just not today.
Thank you very much. Okay. Thank you. He's looking forward to that connection again. So thank you. And the way he's feeling, will that be like similar to when he is upgraded into his crystalline body?
There's no way you'll be able to understand the crystalline body feeling. It's like the sun is shining straight into your heart, and you are bubbling all over the body with sparkles and warmth and love and emotion and gratitude, and it is a vibrational feeling. It is the perfect point between pain and pleasure. It is that perfect middle ground that is so overwhelmingly beautiful and perfect that you cannot understand it. But yes, to some extent, that is a sensation of a very small part of how Andre will feel in his light body.
Thank you. And will that be when he's upgraded and still on this earth, or will this be when he has moved on to the new earth?
On this earth, there will be lesser feeling, because you have to feel you have to feel the environment around you, and you must be able to tap into the emotions of the people around you and feel physical objects, for instance, and the feeling you'll feel in when your crystalline body is turned up in your life-saving role as you use will be this feeling of elation and almost as if you mixed all the drugs in the world and took them all at one time and took out all the negative aspects of what it might be like to have the body feel those, and walking around with this new sense of love and warmth and excitement and happiness and gratitude. It is the only way that we can describe that feeling to you. So anybody who will have taken the drug ecstasy, for instance, has taken the physical pill, will understand what it is like in the beginning moments of that drug starting to take effect on the body. The feeling of love, the feeling of relaxation, the feeling of elation, all at the same time, is in some part the only way we can describe to you how a human will feel in their crystalline bodies.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate hearing more about that. So thank you. And I have a question, please, about QHHT sessions, please, and any sessions that are like this. I have had a conversation with someone who has had an experience with a session, and they got no verbal information from the session. They were not connecting. They didn't feel like they were connecting to their higher self or their subconscious at all. And they were told by the practitioner that they could just sleep on it and that they would know all the information and it would all just come to them. What are your thoughts on that information?
No, the information from a QHHT session will not just come while the person is not in the trance mode. Like the practitioner is saying, the reason that this person could not get verbal connection was just that the blocks in the person were not able to be overcome by the practitioner's level of experience and entry into the state of relaxation. There was a block in the energy from the practitioner and a block in the energy from the client. And we were not going to indulge in the mispractice of a practitioner. And this was not done in a malicious way, but it just is a lesson to the practitioner to look at how this person is approaching the session with their clients. And this is also a lesson for the client to learn that they have blocks and that in order to be able to relax into a session, they must be able to relax their mind. And this is just showing the client that their mind is overactive, and it's lessons in both.
Okay, thank you. It is disappointing to know that the practitioner accepted money and feels like they have done their job with this. This feels very uncomfortable for me to know that practitioners behave like this.
Yes, there are many in the spiritual work who operate from a place of lack and a place of there's a word, I'm just trying to think of it, it's the perfect word, entitlement. And it is just part of the old school way by where practitioners and spiritual workers never had very much. And it is showing the practitioner that she is not working from a place of gratitude and love within her waking life and in her sessions and work with spirituality. And it is very sad that this is taking place, this kind of attitude, but it is again lessons for both the practitioner and the client. So this will be shown to the practitioner when word of mouth spreads, and she will not receive the client base that she could maybe have received if she was working from her heart.
Okay, thank you. We'll send love and love, lots of love to all of the clients and all the practitioners who want to remove their blocks and be helped by you guys through these sessions. So much love and respect to all that want to serve humanity and to do their own inner work.
Yes, it must also be understood that while spiritual workers and teachers are working from a place of lack and withholding love and withholding truth, there is an underlying tone of wanting to help and serve. So we should look on them with some compassion.
Absolutely.
It's just a journey.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I understand, we're human, we're not perfect, but to kind of shrug off the issue with the session and kind of leave it on the client's shoulders is showing lack of responsibility, and that is, why train and why try to help people and why try to listen to them all that time, then not to be able to navigate with your tool sets that the course does provide people to be able to get this correct session and the correct information. I understand you're saying it's blocks on both sides and there's learning there, but yeah, it just makes me sad that there is no growth there, and I'm sure, well, there will be growth. I understand it. I'm just, I don't know why I take this work so.
We are smiling and laughing with you right now.
Okay, great.
This is this is part of you are operating from a very high level of consciousness, and your outlook is looking out amongst the crowd and thinking, why are they not like me? Why can't they do like I do? But this is a part of your learning how to detach yourself from what others are doing and allowing yourself to move forward with your work without letting yourself get taken in by the emotions that you feel for the people that are not in your life um, and not a part of your journey. So it is so wonderful and beautiful that you are caring about so much about your fellow man. Um, but this is just teaching you how to learn to detach from what is going on outside your own life. And
Yeah.
it's just, this is just something you're working on.
Totally. Yeah, I am. And I do respect your words and advice and wisdom always. And I do have to respect how other people's journeys are. I just know this work is so freaking fantastic. And when it works, when you respect the work and honor the work and know how the work works, my goodness, it is everything. And I know that people join up, they want to be practitioners to be able to experience this amazing work because it is amazing. And it's kind of like they've sort of somehow lost their way or foreshortened themselves or something. And I encourage people who have lost their path and their patience with this work to really keep going at it. It is not easy, but it is so worth it in so many ways, and not for the money at all. The money is the least important thing about this.
Yes, this is why you are receiving so many inquiries right now. This is why you're getting the biggest information. This is why you are growing at the rapid pace that you are growing. This is why you have been gifted with such a beautiful following of people who just love and adore what you do and can feel the respect and love that you have for the work. So this is the reward you receive when you work from your heart and you work from the place of wanting to help and to respect the work. And this is just other people are not receiving this kind of attention and love and gratitude from the people that they're helping. They're gravitating towards you, and this is why this is.
Thank you. But I feel like everyone listening, we're all a big group together. We're all evolving together. We're all learning and working and supporting each other together. So I feel like this is a group here.
Yes, you are a part of the group. You are connected, in your learning and teaching, but there are still individuals who must do that work. And you holding expectations on them is only diminishing your light.
Okay. Well, I do know everyone has to do their own work, but I feel like teamwork and growing and supporting each other, and for me being very raw, me being very human with all of my mistakes all out there so everyone can see them, should be able to encourage people to know that, they can still grow and grow with us all together.
You are still placing expectations on what other people should do.
Yeah,
So
could everyone just be perfect? Because that would make me really happy. No pressure, everyone, but yeah, can we all work towards that? That would be great.
it's hard when you are working from such a pure place because there's so much impurity around you. So we get it. We understand.
Okay, thank you. So we'll just ask for love and healing for everyone, and that they can release everything that no longer serves them, and we can just be fantastic together. That would be great. Thank you. But learn as you go. That would be fantastic. Thank you.